No. Okay. Hey, Erin.
Hey.
So, what do you think is the point of life?
I think everyone's been put on Earth for a specific purpose.
I mean, like the people who just died and they haven't accomplished anything, do you think they were supposed to do something?
Well, they've probably affected someone else's life in a way that maybe they didn't realize.
I think that's one aspect of being accomplished in life, that people respect you enough that if you died, they'd be upset a little bit, at least for a day or two. If it's just like, oh, he's gone, well, I think that's not. If
he didn't make an impact in someone's life.
Yeah, there you go. Accomplish equals making an impact on people's lives, multiple people's lives. Because I don't want to die and have nobody care.
And like, speaking of life, I really like these chocolates.
Yeah, you do.
That's what they look like. Do you think that it's normal for people to regret things? Do you think it's weird if they don't? And why do you think that people do regret decisions that they make? Sometimes decisions that they know that they will regret later.
I think mainly people regret things because they were just living in the moment. They weren't thinking about the consequences that their actions would lead to. And that I think it's natural for people to look back and think, what if I wouldn't have made the decision the way I made them, or what if I wouldn't have done this instead of that, you know?
Right, like learning a lesson from it.
I think everyone's afraid of death. They might say they're not, but everyone's afraid because no one knows for sure what's going to happen to them.
Right. So in my book, there's this guy named Morrie, and he has this Lou Gehrig's disease, and he's dying slowly, but he's embracing it. Would you rather die like a slow, painful death, or would you rather die quickly?
Quickly. Get it over with.
Yeah. Are you afraid of death?
I'd say I'm afraid of death. I think it's human nature to be afraid of death.
Yeah? Why do you think that?
Because I think it's the unknown, fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen when I'm dead. I don't know if I want to find out what's going to happen when I die.
What do you think about, like, family? Do you think that they're important?
Yes. Family is, like, defined as people, well, I define it as, like, people that you just, like, love and just, like, unconditional love. Those are people you surround yourself with. It may not be your immediate family. It may not be...
Could I be your family?
You are my family.
You're my family.
Do you unconditionally love me?
Yeah, always and forever. Do you think that people, like, when they're older and they depend on things, do you think they should be ashamed?
I don't think ashamed, no. I think that there's a time where you need to be independent. Like our age, we're going into college soon, and that's going to be a time in our lives where we're going to be very independent. We're not going to be living with parents. Like right now, we're very dependent on our parents for everything. But I feel that once you grow up, like 30 or 40, you should be independent enough that you don't need anybody else, but you still are dependent on people only for the sake of making their lives better, making your life better.
I'm going to shake my hand. If you started to lose the feeling in your limbs, like, what would you do?
Well, my whole life would change.
The whole thing?
The whole life would change because I wouldn't be able to move my arms like I've normally been able to do 17 years.
Yeah. Morrie really liked dancing and he couldn't dance anymore. Does that make you sad? I mean, like, think if you couldn't dance, and I know that you like to dance, yeah.
The world would be a lot better without my dance moves.
Yeah, I'd miss them.
Will you say when I'm gone away, my lover came to me, and we'd lay in rooms unfamiliar, but
in my book, Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom, Mitch is this young man who decides to reconnect with his old college professor, Morrie, after he finds out through the media that his college professor has Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a disease where you start to lose the ability to move your limbs. Mitch used to be one of Morrie's favorite students, and Morrie was also one of Mitch's favorite teachers who taught him a lot about life. And when Mitch was in college, they used to have a lot of conversations together about things pertaining to life, just anything. And he told his college professor that he would keep in touch, but he never did, and he felt like he owed it to him. Although Mitch became very successful, he sort of lost track of what was really important in life, because like Morrie said, you aren't going to die with the possessions that you have. They don't go with you when you die, and I totally agree with him. The reason why I did my presentation as videos of people like having a conversation with me about certain topics like life and death is because that's what Mitch and Morrie did. Every Tuesday, Mitch would go over to Morrie's, and they would have these kinds of conversations about regrets, about life, about death. They would talk about family, just anything. I don't know, it's just this book about their relationship and how Mitch would go and visit Morrie every Tuesday, and about how Morrie respected his wife and his kids, like loved him and adored him and spent all his time with him, and how important they were to him. And also one of the major themes of this book is dependency, because, you know, with Lou Gehrig's disease, you start to have to depend on people to the point where Morrie couldn't even move his own hands, and he couldn't do anything except move his lips towards the end. And it's awful and it's sad, but Morrie was really optimistic about it. He just took death and he turned it into something good. He was kind of glad to have all this time to say goodbye to everybody. I think in the end, this book, although it sounds sad, it ended on a positive note. You know, he went out the right way. And that's, I guess, all you can ask for.
1, 2, 3!